She looked right through you like you weren't even there. And the worst part, you were right there, trying, showing up, being everything you thought a good man was supposed to be. And still, nothing. Let me tell you something that nobody in your life has had the guts to say to you yet. The problem isn't that she doesn't like you. The problem is she doesn't feel you. There's a difference. And once you understand that difference, everything changes. You've been doing everything right, texting back fast, being kind, showing interest, maybe even telling her how you feel, and yet she's pulling away. Or worse, she's friend-zoned you so deep you can't even see the exit anymore. You're not broken, you're not ugly, you're not unworthy. You've just never been taught how a woman's mind actually works, and that's not your fault. She doesn't choose logic. She chooses feeling. Here's the hard truth. Women don't fall for the guy who makes the most sense. They fall for the guy who makes them feel something they can't explain. You can have a great job, a kind heart, a good face, and still lose to a guy who has none of that. Why? Because he creates emotional tension. He makes her feel alive in a way she can't quite put into words. Stop trying to impress her mind. Start moving her heart. Desperation has a smell, and she can sense it. You don't have to say, "I need you," for her to feel it. It leaks out in the way you respond within seconds, in the way you agree with everything she says, in the way you rearrange your entire day for someone who hasn't even chosen you yet. Neediness is the single fastest way to kill attraction, not because she's cruel, but because humans are wired to move toward what feels scarce and away from what chases them. Become someone with a full life, not as a strategy, as a reality. Mystery is not mind games. It's self-respect. A lot of men confuse being mysterious with being cold or manipulative. That's not it. Mystery simply means you don't hand yourself over completely before she's earned it. You have layers. You have a life she hasn't seen yet. You have opinions, passions, wounds, and wins that you share gradually, not all at once in the first conversation because you're nervous and trying to fill silence. Let her wonder about you. Let there be space. The power of emotional unavailability used right. She's not attracted to men who are emotionally absent, but she's also not moved by men who emotionally dump everything immediately. There's a version of emotional strength that is magnetic, feeling deeply, but not being controlled by those feelings, being open, but not desperate, being warm, but having standards. That's the man she thinks about at 2 a.m., the one who made her feel seen, but didn't need her to complete him. Stop seeking her approval. Start seeking your own. Every time you change your opinion to match hers, every time you laugh at something you didn't find funny, every time you dress or act differently just to impress her, you betray yourself. And she feels it. Even if she can't name it, she feels the inauthenticity. The most attractive thing you can do is have a strong sense of who you are and not apologize for it. Disagree with her sometimes. Hold your ground. Not to be difficult, but because you actually have a self. Silence is a language. She respects most men, panic in silence. They fill it with words, jokes, compliments, anything to avoid the discomfort. But here's what silence actually communicates. I'm comfortable in my own skin. I don't need to perform for you. A man who can sit in quiet confidence without scrambling for validation is rare, and rare things are valuable. Learn to be at peace with saying less. Be the one who walks away when it's real. Nothing shifts the dynamic faster than a man who genuinely pulls back, not to play games, but because he values himself enough to stop chasing what isn't choosing him. When she sees that you're not going to wait forever, something shifts in her, not always, but often, because the man who knows his worth and protects his energy is, almost always, the man she starts to wonder about. Build a life she wants to be part of. Stop making her your world before she's agreed to be in it. The man who becomes irresistible isn't the one who orbits her. It's the one who has his own orbit, his own goals, his own friends, his own growth. A life that looks genuinely full and meaningful. When she sees a man building something real, she wants to be part of the story, not because you manipulated her, but because you became someone worth choosing. Attraction is rebuilt in the moments you don't expect. It's not the grand gesture, it's not the perfect text. It's the small, unexpected moment where you show up as your fullest self, laughing freely, standing firm, showing kindness without needing anything back. Those quiet moments, that's when something shifts inside her. Be present, be real, be enough, without needing her to confirm that for you. Here's what I need you to hear before you close this video. You are not here to convince anyone to love you. You are here to become the kind of man who loves himself so fully, so genuinely, that the right woman can't help but feel it. Desire isn't forced. It isn't manipulated. It grows naturally in the presence of a man who knows who he is, respects himself, and doesn't shrink to be accepted. The work starts inside you, not in her inbox.